Imagine someone controlling your decisions, without raising their voice, without forcing you, without you even realizing it. Sounds crazy, right? But here's the truth. Every single day, people around you may be influencing your thoughts, your emotions, and even your decisions without you noticing it at all. Your boss, your friends, marketers, sometimes even the people who claim they care about you. And the scariest part, most of these psychological tricks are so subtle that your brain truly believes the decision was completely yours, that you chose it, that it was your idea. But what if it wasn't? In this video, we're going to reveal 5 dark psychology tricks people use to control you silently. And once you start noticing them, you'll never look at human behavior the same way again. Because the moment you see these patterns, you start realizing how often they happen. And trust me, the last one is the most dangerous of them all. Have you ever noticed something weird about human nature? The moment someone tells you not to do something, suddenly that's the one thing you want to do. It's almost automatic. Like if someone says, "Don't look behind you," what's the first thing your brain wants to do? Exactly. Look behind you. Now that reaction isn't random. There's actually a psychological trigger behind it. It's called the revenge trap. And a lot of people use it to influence your actions without ever directly telling you what to do. Let me show you how it works. Imagine someone says something like, "You probably can't handle this task, it's too difficult." Now think about what happens in your head in that moment. Your ego wakes up instantly. And your brain goes, "Wait, what? Of course I can." So what do? You try to prove them wrong. You take the challenge. You step right into the situation. And here's the interesting part. That's exactly what they wanted you to do. Because they never forced you. They never gave you an order. They just challenged your pride. And the moment your brain feels like your ability is being questioned, something emotional kicks in. Now you need to prove yourself. You need to show them they underestimated you. And before you realize it, that emotion is basically steering your decision. Almost like someone pulled an invisible string in your mind. Which brings up a pretty uncomfortable question.
Always comes out.
If people can trigger your ego that easily, how many of your decisions were actually yours?
Just let it happen.
And how many were reactions someone else knew you'd have? And the next trick people use is even more subtle than this.
You don't have to fight this anymore.
Most people believe they make their own decisions.
Just accept it.
That when they choose something, it's completely their choice. But here's the uncomfortable truth. A lot of the decisions you make every day were quietly designed for you long before you even realized it. There's actually a psychological technique behind this.
This is absolutely unacceptable.
It's called the master of choice.
So good to see everyone.
And the idea
Cheers.
is surprisingly simple. Instead of forcing you to do something, people just control the options you see. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine someone asks you, "Hey, do you want pizza from Pizza Hut or Domino's?" At first, it feels like a normal question. You think you're choosing. But if you slow down and look at it for a second,
the strategy is flawless.
Something interesting is happening.
We just need to execute it perfectly.
The real decision, going out for pizza, was already made for you.
I'm telling you, the numbers don't lie.
You were never asked if you wanted pizza.
Success.
You were
Okay,
only
fine.
asked
You have
which
sold
one.
me on it.
If
Your
we
brain
integrate
still
the data
feels
streams,
independent
we can
because you
target
picked an
users
option.
directly like this.
But both options lead to the exact same outcome. You're still getting pizza. And the person who asked the question already knew that. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. This trick isn't just used by people in everyday conversations. Huge companies use it. Marketers use it. Even political campaigns use it. Think about the offers you see all the time. Buy one, get one free. Buy two and get 50% off. It feels like you're making a smart deal. Like you're winning. But the real goal was never to give you a better choice. The real goal was simply to make you buy something. And your brain actually prefers this kind of setup. Because unlimited freedom is stressful. Too many choices create confusion. So your mind naturally prefers controlled choices that still protect your ego. Choices that make you feel like you're in control, even when the outcome was already decided. And the person who designs those choices quietly controls the decision. But manipulation doesn't always work through logic like this. Sometimes, it goes straight for something much more powerful.
Every decision
Your
you make,
emotions.
every thought
There's
you
one
think
emotion
is
that can
guided by
quietly
us.
control people
You
more than
are
almost
merely
anything
a
else.
puppet.
Not anger.
Every decision you
Not
make,
fear.
every thought you think
Guilt.
is guided by us.
Guilt is
You
one of the
are
most
merely
powerful
a puppet.
emotional weapons in human
We
psychology.
can guide you to the right decision.
Because people can
Just
resist
relax
orders.
and let us show you the way.
They can ignore pressure.
You belong to us now.
They can argue back.
We can guide you
But
to the
guilt-
right decision. Just relax.
Guilt makes
and
people
let us
start
show you the
controlling
way.
themselves.
You belong
And
to
that's
us now.
exactly why manipulators love
We
using
need to finalize the reports
Let
by
me show
Friday.
you how this usually plays out. Imagine
this
you have a
isn't
friend
real.
who keeps canceling
Trust your
plans with you.
instincts.
We need to
Now the
finalize
normal
reports
reaction
by
would be
Friday.
to confront them directly. You might say
You know
something
this
like,
isn't real. Trust
"Why do you
your
keep
instincts.
canceling? You never make time for me." But the moment you say that, they get defensive. They start explaining. They start justifying. And the conversation turns into an argument. But someone who understands psychological manipulation plays the situation very differently. Instead of accusing you, they say something much softer. Something like, "It's okay, I get it, you're busy. If I were really important to you, you'd probably find the time."
The truth
And right
always
there,
comes out.
something
Tell us
shifts
where it
inside
is.
your mind.
We know you're
Suddenly
lying.
you're not arguing anymore.
Just let it happen.
You're feeling something else.
You know we are right.
Responsibility.
It is inevitable.
Your brain starts replaying the
You
situation.
don't have to fight this anymore.
Maybe I did cancel too many times.
Just accept it.
Maybe I hurt them.
Do what we say.
Maybe I should fix this.
You know
And
they
that
are watching
uncomfortable
you.
feeling, that pressure in your chest, is guilt. And guilt is incredibly powerful. Because once it appears,
This is
people
absolutely
naturally want to
unacceptable. I
remove
need
it.
it fixed now.
So what happens next?
Cheers.
You reach out. You apologize. You try to make things right. Not because anyone forced you. Not because someone demanded it. But because your own emotions pushed you to act. That's the real power of this tactic. The manipulator never orders you to do anything. They never raise their voice.
The strategy
They simply
is
place an
flawless.
emotional
We
mirror
just
in
need
front
to
of you.
execute it perfectly.
And your own conscience
Do you
does the
agree?
rest. But here's
I'm
the
telling you,
unsettling
the numbers
part.
don't lie. It is a
If guilt
guaranteed
alone can
success.
quietly influence your behavior
fine.
like
You have
this,
sold me on it.
what do you
If we
think
integrate
happens
the
when
data
someone
streams,
learns how to
we can
control
target
your
users
emotions
directly
completely?
like this.
Because the next psychological trick goes even deeper into your mind. Here's something most people never stop to question about their own mind. We all like to believe we make decisions logically. We think we analyze the facts, weigh the options, and then choose what makes the most sense. But the truth about the human brain is a little uncomfortable. Because most of the time, logic actually comes second. Emotion comes first. In fact, neuroscience shows that many of the decisions you make every day start with a feeling, and only afterward does your brain create logical reasons to justify it. Psychologists sometimes call this emotional hijacking. And when it happens, your brain basically switches modes. Instead of calmly analyzing information, it reacts. The moment someone triggers a strong emotion like fear, anger, pride, or even love, your ability to think critically starts fading into the background. Your brain becomes focused on the feeling. And once that happens, influencing your decisions becomes much easier. This is exactly why powerful speakers rarely try to convince you with pure facts. Instead, they focus on emotion.
The truth
They talk about
always
fear.
comes out.
Fear about the
Tell us where
future.
it is.
They create
No, you're
anger.
lying.
Anger toward an
Just let
enemy.
it happen.
They trigger
You know we are
pride.
right.
Pride in your identity, your group,
inevitable.
your beliefs. And once
You don't
those
have to
emotions
fight this
start
anymore.
rising, something interesting
accept
happens
it.
inside your mind.
Do what
Your
we
brain
say.
naturally begins agreeing with the message
they are
connected to
watching
those
you.
feelings. Not because you carefully analyzed it, but because emotionally, it feels right. And before you even
This
realize
is
it,
absolutely unacceptable.
your
I need to fix
opinions,
now.
your choices,
So good
even
to
your
see
actions
everyone. Cheers.
start aligning with the person who triggered that emotion in the first place. It's almost like someone quietly picked up the remote control to your brain and started changing the channels. But here's the unsettling part. As powerful as emotions are, there's actually one psychological weapon that can be even stronger. And the strange thing is,
The strategy is
most
flawless.
people underestimate
we just
it
need
completely.
to execute it perfectly.
There's a psychological tool
Do you
that
agree?
most people completely overlook.
I'm telling you, the numbers
And the
don't lie.
strange thing
It
is,
is a guaranteed
it doesn't
success.
require clever
Okay,
words.
fine. You have sold me on it.
It doesn't require
If we
arguments.
integrate the data streams, we can
Sometimes
target
it doesn't
users
even
directly
require
like
speaking
this.
at all. Silence. Silence is one of the most underrated forces in human interaction. Most people think power comes from talking more, from raising their voice, from arguing harder, from proving their point. But real psychological influence often works in the exact opposite way. Through silence, think about the last time you made a mistake. Maybe at work, maybe with a friend. Now imagine someone starts yelling at you about it. What usually happens? You defend yourself. You explain. You push back. Your brain instantly goes into protection mode. But now imagine a completely different reaction. Instead of yelling, they just look at you. Quiet, calm, watching. They don't interrupt. They don't accuse. They just sit there observing. And suddenly, something strange happens inside your mind. Your thoughts start racing. Are they angry? Did I mess up worse than I thought? What are they thinking about me right now?
We can guide you to
The
the, right
silence
decision.
starts getting
Just
heavier.
relax and let us show
Your brain
you the way.
begins filling that empty space
You
with
belong to us
anxiety,
now.
guilt, and self-doubt.
We can guide you to the
And the
right
longer the
decision.
silence
Just
lasts,
relax and let us show
The more
you the way.
uncomfortable it becomes.
You belong to us now.
That pressure inside your own mind can
Every
become far
decision you
stronger
make,
than
every
any
thought
argument.
you think is guided
This is
by
why
us.
people who speak
You
less
are
often
merely a
appear more
puppet.
powerful. They react
Every
less.
decision you make, every
They
thought
observe
you
more.
think is guided by us.
They don't rush to explain
You
themselves.
are merely a puppet.
And that silence creates
need
a
to
kind of
finalize the
psychological
reports by
tension
Friday.
that makes other people uneasy.
You know
When
this
someone
isn't real.
feels that discomfort,
Trust your instincts.
their
We
mind
need to
starts
finalize
working
the
overtime
reports
to
by
escape.
Friday.
They talk more.
You know this
They
isn't
reveal
real.
things they never
Trust
planned
your
to say.
instincts.
They change their position. Sometimes they even back down completely. All because of a few seconds of silence. In a strange way, silence forces the other person's mind to start working against itself. And that is what makes it so powerful. Now here's the scary truth. Most of these psychological tricks are happening around you every day. In conversations, in relationships, in marketing, even in politics. But the moment you become aware of them, their power over you starts to fade. Because manipulation only works best on people who don't realize it's happening. And now that you do, you'll start seeing human behavior very differently. But there's one psychological rule about human nature that's even more disturbing than these 5. And once you understand it, you'll realize why some people seem to influence everyone around them. So if you want to understand that hidden rule of psychology, give a thumbs up to this video, and I will catch you in the next one. Be safe.